Hey guys, good morning. I am on my way to go speak at a men's breakfast in Forked River that I got invited to talk about the book, talk a little bit about my testimony, and then, give a short little message on something. And, I've shared my testimony so many times that I thought about recording the whole thing and sharing it later, but then I'm like, the audio's not going to be good. The visual's not going to be good. And people have heard the testimony so many times that I thought, you know what, I'm on my way there now. I got a little bit of time. Let me just talk a little bit about what I'm going to speak about, because I feel like it'll bless a lot of you guys, hopefully. And what I'm going to be talking about is the story of Nehemiah. So I don't know if you are familiar or not, but the basic recap of Nehemiah is that Babylon comes in at a certain point and destroys Jerusalem and tears down, destroys the walls, and it's left, completely destroyed, so they take a lot of the Jews captive. One of them is Nehemiah, and he is in Persia, I believe Persia, with King Artaxerxes. Long story short, he asks a few people, how's the few people that are left, that remaining there in Jerusalem, how are they doing? And he tells them terrible, horrible. They're really, really being they're being shamed where they are because of the situation they're in. And Nehemiah, his heart is for the Jewish people. His heart is for God. His heart is for his homeland. He's got a special place in his heart for his homeland, Jerusalem. So he takes the initiative to fast and to pray, and then he goes to the king, and the king asks him what's going on, and he tells him why he's upset, and he has this vision that he wants to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. Only problem is he's miles and miles and miles away from Jerusalem. He doesn't have the money. He doesn't have the ability to leave the king. He doesn't have any of these different things. So like I said, he took the initiative. It was a very bold vision that Nehemiah had. It was something major, a major undertaking that he wanted to accomplish. And he set out to do that, and he told the king, and the king, God moved on his heart and gave, moved on the king's heart to give Nehemiah provision. And he gave him letters to go to certain places and get materials and different things. And he showed up at Jerusalem, and then he inspired and persuaded others to work on this wall with him. And, when they first began, it looked like a really futile effort. And you have these characters, Sanballat and a couple others that came, and they're mocking Nehemiah and mocking God and mocking their attempt to build this wall. And lo and behold, Nehemiah, he continues with the work. At a certain point, they realize that just mocking him isn't going to stop Nehemiah. He's too intent on accomplishing the mission. So the mocking doesn't work. So what they begin to do is they start to attack. And Nehemiah has to actually, they have to take up arms and actually put a certain amount of men, guarding, during certain times, and then a certain amount building, and they would switch. So ultimately, Nehemiah's vision, by the grace of God, by the power of God, was complete. He completed the wall. And one of the first things they began to do when they completed that wall was they read the Word of God, and they worshiped God in that place. And I think that story, it has so much application for us, in 2024. We're just the beginning of the year now, and I know, many, many people, including myself, maybe I'm not in a situation anymore where I find myself in a place where everything is completely destroyed and needs to be rebuilt, but there are certain aspects of my life that I do believe need to be rebuilt, and I think that you have those as well. And I think that Nehemiah gives us a really great formula for how we can do that. And the formula is basically fasting, praying, seeking God, with whatever it is that's on your heart, whatever the things are that need to be rebuilt. He puts the vision in our mind and our heart, and then God is able to do the impossible. So I don't know what's destroyed in your life. I don't know what trials you're facing, what difficulties, what things need to be rebuilt. But I do know this, that God is capable of rebuilding whatever has been broken down in your life, no matter how impossible it seems, no matter how ridiculous it seems. If you would go to Him, in secret, in prayer, with a sincere heart, and ask God to show Himself faithful in your life, He will do that. And if you put your trust and faith in Jesus Christ, everything changes. So that's what I'm going to be speaking about today. I thought I would recap it and make a quick video and put it out because I felt led to do that. And anyway, I hope you guys are blessed. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Enjoy the snow with your kids today. And check you guys later.